welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a huge favor and click that subscribe button down below for content like this and many more. For all your current subscribers and new folks who showed up to the channel, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. The entire year, we've made it to the end of 2022, and what a way for me to end videos with the 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning. This has been very difficult for me to get my hands on the entire year. I reviewed it at the New York International Auto Show, and I finally been living with it for the past week. So I'm going to give you what my pros, my cons, what it's like to live with this thing. Stay tuned. That is coming up. Hey, let's talk 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning. This is the middle trim. This is the XLT model, but this has the big battery. It has the upgraded lighting, which I'll demonstrate in a second. As you guys can see, it has that giant one bar in the front, full LED adaptive lighting front, LED headlights in the front, the back. You have parking sensors all around the truck. This particular model has a 360 camera, so you got a camera in front of the Ford logo right there, and one in each mirror. And let's walk around this thing. The F-150 Lightning is in a crowd of two. So we have the F-150 Lightning and the Rivian R1T, which beat Ford to the market. But unlike Rivian, this is a more usable full-size truck. This is a real F-150. I'll give you guys a quick peek of the interior. Just identical to the gas version of the F-150. This is a massive, this is actually the base screen, which is 12-inch screen. The upgraded models have the giant vertical screen, and you got a full LCD screen in the gauge cluster. But I'll go over the interior in a little bit. Let's just walk around the exterior of it. Of course, you got side steps, just like a regular F-150. Just you guys, like I mentioned, this shares the front cab. It shares with the regular F-150. You got your Lightning badge right there on the side. Big bold LED taillights. You got your big Ford F-150 badge. And on the higher trims, there's another light bar that goes all the way from end to end. And that little bright light you see is part of the zone lighting. And one thing that you could do from the remote, you press twice and the tailgate opens like so, just like the regular F-150. Now this has the optional Pro charger on board. So what this is in here, you have a 220 amp, you got regular outlets, and basically what that is an onboard generator that you can pretty much power your house for up to 3 days, maximum a week if you lose power. This has the spread-in bed liner, and you have LED lighting. You do have privacy glass, but this particular model doesn't have the sliding glass. That's optional. And once you're done, you can press the button on the tailgate to close it automatically like so. And it's a cool little feature. I like it a lot. It's very convenient. It helps you walk around. You do have parking sensors all over the back. This is the trail connector right here. So you got your 7-pin connector and then your big connector for trailer and lighting and things of that nature. Nice little flag and lightning on the back. And overall, it's a good looking truck. You know, nice spread-in bed liner, like I mentioned earlier. And just walking around it, it's pretty cool. This thing is sitting on 20-inch wheels, nicely black polished wheels. There are two 75s, 65-inch tires, built-in lighting on the step right there as part of the XLT package. So that's part of the zone lighting. And you got, of course, LED turn signal on the mirror, and this is your charge port right here. So you got your regular J1 772 connector on the top, and then for fast charging you have the bottom connector, which of course makes it faster when you go to charge your vehicle. All right, let's take a look at the interior, the technology of the F-150 Lightning truck. Stay tuned for that. That's coming up next. Okay, let's take a look at the interior of the Ford F-150 Lightning. There's two ways to get in. You put your hand on the door handle and the car unlocks. And of course you press this button here to lock it. And you can also of course use the key to get into the car. So let's take a look at the interior. Being that this is the XLT trim, it's not too bad. The materials are soft, self-padded door handles, and materials inside. Switches of course right here. Window switches, lock unlock, plenty of cubby space in the door panel. You got a lot of storage room in here. And on the left hand side here, you do have the controls for the lighting. So it's automatic lights. You got auto, parking lights, and off. And you can set it back to auto. And you got the zone lighting left and right. Each mirror has a zone lighting. And electronic parking brake right here. And these are the adjustable pedals, so if you're a little shorter you can use this to adjust the pedals accordingly. This of course has power seats, cloth seats. They're heated. No sunroof in this particular trim because it's the XLT model, but you do have heated steering wheel and two-way lumbar support. So stepping inside, of course this is a F-150. It's a truck through and through. You do have an instrument cluster in the front. As you guys can see, the little forward animation going from the instrument cluster into the 12-inch screen on the right hand side. As you can see, this is the base screen, which is hilarious, but it's still huge. But the upgraded screen is a 15-inch screen that takes the entire center stack. You do have physical controls for the media right here on the bottom, and as well for the climate control. So you got heated seats, heated steering wheel, and pushing the start button, you can see that the vehicle comes to life. You do have, let me just lower that, I don't want to get sued, but this is what the infotainment looks like. This is the main home screen, and of course you got your media controls on the right, so you can, controls for the infotainment screen, so you can control that by pressing that button here in the menu. You got truck settings, trip information, driver assistance. You have tire pressure monitor, all sorts of information, pitch and roll, the charge level and the power delivery. A lot of useful information on this middle center screen that you can customize to anything you like. And on the right hand side, you got the charge indicator on the battery. You got your home phone pickup, track forward, backwards. You got the cruise controls on the left. So you got your cruise control here. You can turn it on and off, set the distance, the speed, and which is pretty cool, and it actually works very well. It takes over the steering, and it does a good job of keeping up with traffic. Volume controls, voice controls on the right, wiper stalk on the left. You can flash your high beams on and off. And let's take a look at the infotainment screen. So right now this is Ford Sync 4. You do have, of course, the hang up. You got the audio. Oops, let's learn that again. And you do have, of course, onboard navigation, but this vehicle does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That is the trailer controller on the left-hand side. And overall, the system is good. You got different drive modes. You got normal, sport, tow and haul, which disables everything, in off-road mode. And then, as you can see, the animation changes on the main screen to like an off-road setting, which is pretty cool. And it turns on the differential, the electronic differential. You do have towing mode as well, and no eco mode in this particular trim, but you do have one pedal driving, which you can turn on and off in the screen. And overall, I mean, it drives very well in normal mode and fast enough. And this system is very straightforward, nothing too crazy and too complicated to figure it out. Being that this is the base screen, it's still very clear. The resolution is very good. You do have all sorts of settings here. Of course, vehicle settings and things of that nature. You go in here and you can go in and dive deep. And one of the settings that I like is that, and of course you got the 360 camera, which I'll show you guys in a second. Um, one of the settings that it has an onboard scale, so which is pretty cool. And once you turn that on, you could basically see what, you know, how heavy your cargo is in the bed, which is pretty cool. And I will demonstrate that shortly. Oh, that's the Pro Power. Pro Power is the onboard generator, so you can control and power your house. And this is the screen for the onboard scale, which is pretty cool. So you put everything in the bed and it tells you how heavy it is, which is a neat little feature, especially if you're carrying heavy, weird items. You can kind of see how heavy they are, and the truck will tell you the weight of it, which is pretty cool, I gotta say. And this is something that's straight out of the regular F-150. This is nothing special to the Lightning. The shifter, you press this button right here, and the shifter hides away, which is another feature from the regular F-150. And then this opens like so, and it becomes a little table slash workbench, which is pretty neat. And it tells you that this was designed as a vehicle that can be used as an office, mobile office. And the shifter is a regular shifter. Regular, you do have cigarette style outlet power and regular 110 outlet in the front and the back as well, which you guys will see. Extra little cubby right there, and then you got your traditional glove box, decent size glove box, not too bad. You got extra cubby up there, auto dimming mirror, and you got the zone. You got the different cameras here. So this is the showing you the back, and then you got the 360 camera stitch all around, which is pretty neat. And then this is the backup camera with trajectory lines, and you can also cycle through different cameras, which is pretty neat. So you can go, of course, from that's the back view. You got a front angle view. Then you can go back. You got a bed cam, which is pretty cool, and you can see what's going on back there. And then you also have a trailer cam. So when you're backing up, oh, that's actually a trailer cam, but when you're backing up, you can actually see your trailer cam, so you can point at different angles. So when you're backing up the truck, you can see how good your trailer is. This is your trailer brake controller right here, so you can of course adjust it. Trailer steering on the top and the bottom is the trailer brake controller. And this is a regular view of the backup camera again. You could of course cycle through different angles and things like that. And it's pretty cool and it's very useful. And again, being that this is the quote unquote base screen, it's not that base because it's big, 12 inches. So, and you do have the charge indicator. In this particular thing, I had 47 miles left of charge as of this filming, which I will go and charge it after I'm done. And let's take a look at the back seat. As you guys can see, being that this is an F-150 true and true, it's big. Same materials as in the front. You do have the back seat that folds up, so if you want to carry weird, awkward items, you could just fold both seats up like this, which is very nice and very easy to get to it as well. So, and stepping back here, I'm about 5'8", and I have plenty of room, which is insane. Look at all the space I have, and plenty of headroom between the front seat and the back seat. You do have a cup holder right in the door panel. You do have center cup holders right here, which are huge. You got air control, air vents, another cigarette style outlet right there. USB-C and household store outlet ports, so power ports everywhere. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a truck true and true. No center armrest in this particular trim because this is the XLT, but you do got pockets behind each seat, and there's a look at the infotainment slash command center of the F-150. And again, a lot of space. Windows do go all the way down, which is nice. They're nice and big, and you do got LED lighting all over the cab. And that's pretty much it in terms of the back. So let's go for a quick drive of the F-150 Lightning and see how this sucker drives. Stay tuned for that. All right, let's drive the Ford F-150 Lightning. So living with this thing, it's been fun. There's no other way around to say it. It's been fun to live with this thing. It's basically like a giant toy. Is the best way to... Give me 1 second, folks. Let me mute my phone so you guys have my best attention. Okay, so let's drive the F-150 Lightning. And the best thing about this is that, yes, it is a pickup truck. Yes, it's electric, and I know this thing, unfortunately, has not gotten a good rep on the towing portion of this, because electric cars still, the towing and winter-ish driving sometimes suffer a little bit. Now, but once you get that out of the way, and you use this thing as a traditional pickup truck, which it works perfectly fine, it's great. I mean, this has the extended battery, so it's about 225 miles, give or take, with a full charge. And driving, it drives just like a regular full-size pickup truck. I have yet to drive the regular F-150. This has independent rear suspension, unlike the regular F-150, which does not have that. But you do feel high, you do feel like you own the road, and you kind of look down on people. And the part that I find hilarious is this thing takes off like a bat out of hell for something this big, which is comical. I mean, right now it's in normal mode, but if I put it in sport mode, let's see, put it in sport mode right there, and I stomp on it. Let me get into the highway here real quick so I can show you guys what this thing can do. I mean, it's hilarious. It's just hilarious, and it makes you smile because something this big is just defying the laws of nature. How fast this thing moves. And let me get in over here and stepping on it here. Let's see. And the thing I can say about electric cars is you feel like a superhero. There's no waiting. You have to wait for merge. You just go. You just step on it and it moves. There's no waiting for, oh, I gotta wait for the person to let me in. No. You see a space, you point, shoot, and you go. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's insane. It's just insane how fast these things move. And this is, of course, a 4x4 one. So it has dual motor for extra oomph. And that's on sport mode. Even normal mode, this thing drives pretty quick for what it is. Again, this is a full-size pickup truck with a 5.5-foot bed. I mean, one thing that I forgot to show you guys the frunk. I'll show you guys that in a second, real quick. The frunk is big. Actually, you know what? No, I'm sorry. I will link the review I did of this at the New York International Auto Show, so you guys can see the front, because I did review this particular vehicle at the auto show, and the front is huge. But I have nothing but good things to say about this. I mean, obviously the efficiency is not going to be as good as a, you know, sedan or electric SUV, being that this is a pickup truck. But for everyday use, as a regular, you know, if you're a pickup guy or gal, and you want to use this as a pickup truck, you can. If you have a charger, of course, you know, obviously a level 2 charger at home where you can charge this thing is the way to go. Because if you don't have a charger at home and you're relying 100% on the chargers out there, it's going to be a little difficult to live with, because you have to go out there and find them and find where they are. Well, this has been my first drive, finally, of the F-150 Lightning. It's been fun. Thank you guys again for the support the entire year. I really appreciate it. Coming up in 2023, I will continue to grow and give you guys more content. I'm going to be heading to the New York International Auto Show in 2023, and in various other press events that I'm going to go to continue to bring you content like this and more. Thank you for watching, and do me a huge favor, click that like button and subscribe, and I will see all of you in 2023. Take care and stay safe.